ha ha! Well, what's going on, guys? Jason David here. Before we do the whole cool you're back thing, I gotta tell you that there's merch. There's officially History in the Mix merch that you all can buy right now. It's available on teespring.com/History in the Mix. If you want that History in the Mix t-shirt, you can get it. If you want this Who Are You Anymore Jason David hoodie, you can get that too. If you want this, go ahead and get this, because all the merch is available now, and I recommend you all go get it on teespring.com/History in the Mix. And that's about, I'm out of breath, that's about as hype beast as I'm going to get in this video.
Who are you anymore? Who are you anymore?
What we do here is go back.
What's going on, guys? Paul McCartney cosplay in the mix back here with another video.
And like father, like son.
What's going on, guys? Jason David here. And today could be a sensitive topic, but I want to be talking about the fan community, why I think it's dying right now, and what is its inevitable demise.
Why?
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm not a little bit ashamed of how we've all dealt with Leave. I felt like ever since that came out, everybody's just been on edge, and everybody's been very negative, and there's been a lot more fights. And sure, you know, back when I started, like a few years ago, there were fights, but not nearly as much as there are now. People are constantly leaving, people are constantly getting their feelings hurt, and then on the other side of that, you've got people always being negative, you've got people being on edge, you've got people yelling, swearing, whatever, and I just want everybody to know that that's not what this used to be.
Just eat it, open up your mouth and feed it.
When a world tragedy occurs, what do we, as the world, do? We mourn, right? That's what you would think. But when Kobe died back in January, the only post that I was seeing about him or his daughter or his entire life was this same video clip of Kobe Bryant in an interview with Jimmy Kimmel talking about how much he loved Michael Jackson.
But I heard that you were at one time friendly with Michael Jackson.
Yes.
When was this?
When I was 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that Kobe Bryant did a lot more for the world than talk about Michael Jackson one time. And so I think it's incredibly that the fan community can't find it in their hearts to give somebody else a time to shine or to be celebrated if it has nothing to do with Michael Jackson. If we could all just sit back for a minute and be like, hey, this is a serious thing that's happening, let's talk about it, instead of hashtag stream they don't care about us. Let's get it to 50 streams, please. I mean, I just think that we should all refrain from defending when it's inappropriate or it's not needed, because I know a lot of people think that the Michael Jackson legacy is dying because of Leaving Neverland, but let me tell you that's not true. So there's no need to throw it in everybody's faces when they're talking about something serious like Kobe or war or something like that. It's not necessary, and it makes you look weird and us as a community crazy. If somebody came to me and said, okay, Jason David, I'm going to need you to describe the Michael Jackson fan community in one positive word, I would say talented. You know, we've got animators, designers, musicians, artists, whatever, and most use their talents for good. But there are also some that use these same talents that really make us positive and uplifted, like some of the great art that we see, and use it for the worst possible thing they could use it for. You know, honestly, in what world would you want your face on your dead dad's body? And I ask that question because that is something that really happens here. I just don't find these edits cool or funny or cute at all. Whether it's Michael Jackson if he didn't have plastic surgery, Michael Jackson if he didn't have vitiligo, Michael Jackson if he was still alive. I think it's very morbid. I think that it's very disgraceful. And I'm not trying to sound like a butthurt fan, you know. I understand an edit. I understand what a Photoshop edit is, and I like a few of them. But when you do things like these, I just find them really weird, and I feel like you're wasting your time. Because I don't find them cute. I know a lot of friends of mine don't find them cute. I actually kind of find them offensive. from a family point of view, if that was my dad, if that was my uncle, I would see no appeal in it. Nobody sees appeal in it. And the people that support artists like these are just as much part of the problem, because if we can't weed out these toxic edits, they're just going to keep coming, and they're going to affect the Jackson family more. And this is why, this is just an assumption, that more of the Jackson family aren't on social media, because they don't want to see crap like this, and I 100% agree with them, and I would do the exact same thing. Kind of going off of that same vein, I find it really weird how a lot of people are interacting with the Jackson family on Instagram. Mostly Prince, Paris, and Blanket, but a few of the others as well. Michael Jackson was a great human. Michael Jackson was a great father, a great family man. But why do we constantly have to comment something about Michael under every Instagram post? So, like, let's say Paris is with her friends doing a peace sign, or Prince is out there with a motorcycle group. Why do you have to comment stuff like, oh, your dad would be so proud? Oh, your dad saying beat it. They know who their dad is. They know who their uncle is. There's no need to remind them constantly, because all you are doing is hurting them. And I know you don't mean that. A lot of people don't mean to do this, but that's exactly the reaction you're causing. You're reminding them of this terrible thing in their life, the loss of somebody that they loved a lot, constantly, no matter what they do. If it's a post like, oh my God, June 25th, rest in peace, Dad, that's cool. By all means, go about that. Comment, oh my God, I love your dad. But when it's just a chilled out post, just kind of steer away from that a little bit.
Hey, she say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed.
Michael Jackson.
I'm sorry, 50 dub. I even got it tatted on me.
Hey.
Hello there.
Did you know that Michael Jackson is not the only artist to ever exist in the history of music? It's true! And this isn't about you if you just listen to his music, or if you only listen to his genre, if you only listen to the Jackson 5. This isn't about you. These are about the people that bully other artists just because Michael Jackson existed and make us all look ignorant. Is The Weeknd inspired by Michael Jackson? 100%. But is he not as fun or as creative of an artist just because of that? No, because I'm inspired by Michael Jackson, my friends are inspired by Michael Jackson, you watching this are inspired by Michael Jackson, so why do we have to throw this in other people's faces just because they made it big? When somebody like Taylor Swift is given Artist of the Year or whatever that award was, I think that's great. It's time to embrace the future generation, you know? Michael's not going to come back. He's not going to release another album, as much as the estate might try to get that off the ground. So if we could just, you know, even if you don't like them, that's fine. But there's no need to discredit them or bully them for absolutely no reason. I saw tweets at Taylor Swift the night of the VMAs or whenever that award was that she got saying, oh my God, it should have went to Michael Jackson. Even though Michael Jackson's been dead for 10 years and hasn't released anything. Unless you count breaking news. So I just think that we should give respect where it's due to other artists. And I'm not saying go praise them. I'm not saying, oh my God, Taylor Swift, you're the greatest artist to ever live. Oh my God, I love you. That's not what I'm saying at all. Much like the Kobe Bryant situation, what I'm saying is, let everybody have their chance to shine. Let everybody have a chance to become an impact of history, just like you guys gave Michael back in the day. Just for an example, what if the James Brown fan base was just as toxic as the Michael Jackson fan base and didn't let Michael Jackson grow up as an artist just because he danced like James Brown? That never happened. So I don't know why people let that happen with Michael and think that it's okay. Speaking of shaming, that's another thing I constantly see. No one has the right to tell you that you're not a real fan or you're a fake fan. I honestly believe that as a community, we've grown past that. I mean, you don't know what somebody goes through on a daily basis. Like, for me personally, I like Elton John, Paul McCartney, etc., and they've all said questionable things about Michael. And I've been told by higher-ups in the community that I shouldn't like them just because they said something about Michael. And I don't find that true at all, and I hate it with a passion. I think that you should be able to like who you want and just be as much of a fan as Michael as you want to be. And nobody has the right to tell you that. I don't care if they have 10 million followers or if they're Michael Jackson himself. There's just no sense in it. I feel like everybody should be able... I encourage everybody to be able to reach out in their musical tastes and find new artists. And if they just said something about your favorite artist that you don't agree with, that's cool. You shouldn't agree with everything. I know this will get me canceled, but if you don't agree with Michael Jackson and the balcony situation, that's fine if you don't agree with that. But you still like Michael Jackson, don't you? And so when Paul McCartney said that about Michael, was I kind of taken aback? Yeah. Do I agree with it? No. But I will still respect Paul McCartney because he's changed my life and he's my favorite artist of all time. So why do we cancel people in the community when the Michael Jackson fan community is so dead set on canceling cancel culture and why nobody should cancel anymore? When we do that, it's very hypocritical. I've said the word cancel a few times. Some cancel culture is good. Do people cancel people for stupid reasons? Definitely. Does Michael Jackson deserve to be canceled? No. So like when I say canceled in a Wade Robson video, I believe that Wade Robson is not a good person, so I will cancel him for that. But should Michael Jackson be canceled for a living, or should Paul McCartney be canceled for being vegan? No. It all comes down to, do they deserve to be canceled? I think that being held in a public eye is a very, very good thing, and I'm glad that we're doing that. But do we go too far with it sometimes? Definitely.
Goodbye, I'm going home.
The biggest part of this video, and the number one thing that I want to say, is that this is not directed to anyone. I know nothing inspired me to make this. I didn't see anybody's video. This is what I wanted to say, and this is what I believe is wrong, and what is going to happen in the future if we don't stop these things that I talked about. As much as you guys may not think, I love this community. I am so glad that I've had this opportunity. I'm firmly aware that I wouldn't have a single out. I wouldn't be wearing my own t-shirt. I wouldn't be anywhere without this community, and I love that. And I don't want to see it die. I want people to have the same exact welcoming experience that I've had, and that I'm so blessed with having. But I don't see that happening. I couldn't imagine becoming a fan after leaving Neverland, or a month ago, or a month in the future. Nobody's going to be like, okay, good video. They're going to be like, oh my God, did you really say that about Michael? When I said a lot of questionable stuff when I first started, a lot of videos that are gone. Nothing too bad, but just things that if I said today would get me canceled. I want everybody to remain friends. I want everybody to talk. I want everybody to have the exact same experience that I had. Again, I want to be able to be like, you know what? I don't really like Come Together. And I don't want to be swarmed with swear words or whatever you kids use now. I want somebody to be like, okay, I like Come Together. And I'll be like, okay. Even though I probably won't say okay, I'll probably say, are you deaf? But I at least want to have like a nice musical discussion, or a nice discussion about the thing that we have in common, the thing that we both enjoy to do, or listen to, or participate in. Michael Jackson, community stuff, however you want to put it. We all right now need to think about what we're doing. Everybody, me included, we need to think about what we post, the type of energy, the type of vibe we put out there, and how it's affecting other people instead of just us. What it is doing to the fan community. Who is going to see this? Who is going to have a problem with this? Why is this not a good thing for me to do? Do I honestly think this video is going to change anything? Probably not. Who am I to talk? Exactly. But I just want to try. Because I honestly see this not lasting very much longer, the community. And that kind of makes me sad. So, on a happier note, I guess I gotta plug the merch again. I guess that's a thing that I gotta do now. History in the Mix merch, teespring.com/historyinthemix. Follow me on Twitter @historyinthemix. On Instagram, Mixing History. My single Who Are You Anymore by Jason David is available on all platforms. And make that change. Oh, one thing that I forgot to mention earlier is I'm back.